a Pokemon that's very, proud in our hearts. And most people are fans of this thing when Gen 1 came around. We're going to do Rapidash. So Rapidash... Let me pull up Rapidash real quick right here. Rapidash has a lot of problems being a fire type. He is always living in Arcanine's shadow. Arcanine, ever since he's come out, has been a better Pokemon. So, same with Ninetales for the most part. Ninetales got Drought as well. So, Rapidash was left in a really awkward state. For the first 3 gens, it was awful because it had physical attack higher than its special attack, which fire was at the time. So you couldn't actually attack with this thing at all. Its special attack was too low. It had the same problems that Flareon had, which was a bad move pool and just a bad typing for its stats. So let's talk about what makes Rapidash good. Its offensive stats and speed, not good, but not great. They're like around 100 and 110. We can actually look it up for sure. So Rapidash's attack is 100, and its speed is 105. That's pretty solid. Nothing to write home about, but definitely solid. Better than PU, I would hope. But where it falls flat is Rapidash has very, very problematic moves in terms of they kill him. Flare Blitz and Wild Charge, although good moves, eventually will kill Rapidash and wear him down. But another thing is, besides that, its physical move pool is not that great. I have Poison Jab on here. You can get Drill Run, which is probably better than Mega Horn. But its physical move pool is just okay. Nothing too crazy. I think its physical move pool is actually fine. Special, it's not that great either. But as a fire type, its survivability is quite low, unlike Arcanine, who has just beefed up stats all around. So if Rapidash had the same stats as Arcanine, you could argue it would fill the same niche. Flash Fire is also not that useful on it in comparison to Arcanine. It's okay, but its ability is not too good. And it's outshined by Pierce. I think the biggest problem that Rapidash has, it's outshined by its Pierce. Any other fire type has a secondary type that's attached to it that just makes it better. So it has extreme... Yeah, Arcanine has extreme speed and such. Better defensive stats. A better move pool. I believe it gets Will-O-Wisp. But this does too, but it can't use it. It just does everything better. Arcanine just does everything that Rapidash does, just better. And it kind of sucks. Pure fire types are also not that great. Look at Entei. Entei is not that good of a Pokemon either, even though it's legendary stats. Arcanine's just better than Entei. So, Stealth Rocks just eat this thing alive. It just doesn't have a defining push to it, Rapidash. It should have, something that defines it. Again, I could just probably increase its speed to like 120 because it's a goddamn fire horse. I could do that. And I could give it a new ability because both of these abilities are terrible for it. It's not a defensive Pokemon. Yes, you get immunity to fire, but woohoo. And Flame Body, it's already dead if it gets hit. So, what I did do for Rapidash, Mr. Rapidash, is... Let's talk about its Pokedex entries first. It could run fucking fast. 150 miles per hour. Basically, all its Pokemon entries say this thing's fast and is just... like a sight to see when it's running. So it just talks about running and speed, and our whole cartoon episode was devoted to making Rapidash a very fast Pokemon. So what I did, besides just giving it extreme speed or something in its move pool, what I did is made a new ability called Speed Force. And this one's actually really interesting. I really like this one. It works similar to Gyro Ball. It gets speed. A Pokemon gets boost in power off speed over the enemy it's hitting. So the slower the Pokemon you're hitting, the more damage you do. Up to 1.5% damage for each speed. Each 30 speed is an increased 0.1. So Rapidash's speed, I'm not going to change it. But if it is faster than a Pokemon, it'll just hit harder. It'll just hit so much harder. 1.5. That's really strong in terms of that. So if it's 30 speed, in terms of this is like total speed. So if it increases its speed through Flame Charge, the fire move that increases your speed, I think it's down here, by like 1.5 or 1 level, you just get more damage. I just want a damage ability that gives you damage based off your speed. And I just made one up. It's called Speed Force. So that's what we're going to roll with. So Rapidash now is finally the record holder of most damage per speed. It's basically the offensive equivalent to Gyro Ball. Instead of just being put on tanks that are really slow, you put it on a really fast Pokemon that will do mega damage. And it's a fucking unicorn on fire. So you got to give it props somewhere. That is my Rapidash changes. Alright, next one. Seviper.